Well, I'm not going to say it's good, but I will say it is morning, folks, to all you out there in YouTube land. It's the old soldier coming at you from Robinson County, North Carolina. I will give you a heads up right now. I am not my normal chipper and buoyant self, as just a bit under the weather today. I was up till about, well, I was up and down all night. I guess somewhere about 2 o'clock I was able to get in my easy chair and sleep till about 4. Had a fever last night. Somewhere in the night it broke. But whatever caused it, I think it's got me drained right now. So, be a fun day to manage to get through work. And yes, I got my flu shot, folks. I did get my flu shot. But flu shots are not always guaranteed that you won't get the flu. I don't think it's the flu. I think it's a bad sinus infection is what I think it is. But last night I ran a fever and had the chills, and anyway, now I'm off to work. I was supposed to volunteer and stay over today, but I'm going to have to tell my boss after I teach my youngins I'm going to the house and try and get some rest. If it was colder here, I would tell you it looks like it's gonna snow. And I heard Janice Dean say something, I didn't catch the whole report, but something in the news this morning, something about a possible major snow event along the I-95 corridor. For those of you curious what the I-95 corridor is, it's Interstate 95 that runs up down the East Coast. And when snow hits it, anything usually south of Virginia, us folks down here in the South, we lose our flipping minds and act like we don't know how to drive. And we raid every grocery store in sight and get all the bread and milk that we can gather. So, yeah, the clouds do this morning. They look real snowy. They look snowy, even though it's not cold enough for it to snow. They just, that appearance of them looking snowy. But I hope everybody had a great day yesterday. Today's Wednesday, hump day, halfway through the weekday, whatever day you want to call it in that category. It's also listed where they've actually arrested the suspect in the murder of that family in Mexico. Other news is the ABC reporter, the leak that came out on the Project Veritas video about the Jeffrey Epstein issue. Apparently this reporter had a whole big story ready to go a few years back on Jeffrey Epstein, and her network decided not to broadcast it. And at one point in time, if she's heard being asked, do you think Epstein was killed? And she says 100% absolutely. So there, folks, but that just, it tells you, one, that everybody's under the same conclusion that the man killed him, didn't kill himself, and two, that the mainstream media will do anything in their power to hide the facts of a story when it does not benefit their narrative, which right now their narrative is get rid of the current president of the United States. So with that being said, ABC, NBC, CBS, MSNBC, CNN, even to some extent Fox News now are not covering stories the way they ought to be covered. I'll put it that way. Yeah, I used to have a lot of respect for Fox News, but no more. They're starting to go the way of the others. I guess maybe it's just a matter of time before they get infiltrated. But anyhow, it's another subject for another time. Those are some things I caught in the news today I thought was interesting to share with you. And tell me what you think down below. And, a lot of that has a bearing on what goes on in this nation, that we Americans need to be apprised of, that we as American citizens need accountability. We need the truth. Okay? We need the truth. We've got a government that has allowed evil people to embed themselves deep, deep down in the government. The current president's trying to root them out, but the old adage, yeah, if you know anything about termites, once termites get in your woodwork, they're hard to get out. A lot of times you wind up taking out whole segments of wood that you have to eventually go in and replace. There's really no easy way to get termites out other than you can poison them to kill them. Beyond that, once their damage is done, it's done. Again, you have to cut out whole segments of wood a lot of times if it's got to that point and replace it. Kind of like our deep state, that's been sitting there for a long time. And old Jane communist traitor Fonda, she's in the news about getting arrested for climate change protesting. Good for her. Pretty sure there's many Vietnam veterans that would love to see her get arrested and not get out. I'm just a veteran, would love to see her get locked up and they throw away the key. To this day, she has never really, truly apologized to the Vietnam veterans. And she made a while back, she made a half-hearted attempt, if you will. That was only because she was getting pressured. But even then, I got no respect for her. None whatsoever. Oh, sinuses are killing me today, folks. I want to cut this video short. Anyway, there was a Second Amendment rally on the 2nd. I don't know who all had a chance to go up there, but if you did, God bless you for going. It's another thing, folks, this whole thing that's going on. I caught a snippet of the View. One of the loudmouth gals that don't want to shut up. And what's that one's name? Joy Butthead, Behar, Booberhead, Boom. Anyway, she likes to run her mouth, and when she doesn't get her way, she goes into the pouting frenzy. I'm talking about, Beto. What Beto should have done was not told people they were going to go for the guns till they got in office and then just go take them. And it's obvious, and the sad part about it is celebrities like that have these talk shows that garner a lot of attention, but they don't know the Constitution. They just think the government, when it fits their agenda, can just go in and do away with the rights of the average citizen. Mind you, like I said, when it fits their narrative, you have to watch out for that. They like to talk about, I love free speech, but if you've ever noticed, if you've ever watched that bullcrap show, I can never watch no more than 2 minutes of it, and then I feel like I'm going to throw up and go wash myself because it feels so nasty for watching it. But if you ever watch that show, when anybody disagrees with the panel, they go after them with a vendetta. And of course, they've got their nominal conservative member of the panel. It's usually used as a whipping post when the conservative expresses their opinions and views. And I forget how many conservative panels they've had and they've gone through. Honestly, if I was a conservative, I wouldn't even go on the show until they had a more balanced panel. It's the way it is. They like to spout off all these ideas and how the government should go and take people's guns, not ask them for them, take them. But the moment the government starts cracking down on people protesting because they're doing it in a violent manner, oh, you're suppressing their freedom of speech. Can't have your cake and eat it too. That's why I say you gotta watch them if you even watch them. I hope most of my viewers don't, but if you do, just mark my words. They kind of go in and they go on the attack and they don't give anybody a fair chance to speak their point if it disagrees with their opinion and their views. So, and again, they spew this hateful rhetoric about the president, about anybody that carries a firearm. If you don't like the fact that I carry a firearm, oh well. Tough. Get over it. As long as I'm not bothering you, don't come at me. Get over yourself and move on. Now, if I'm touting you, yeah, I carry a gun every day, I carry a gun every day, I carry a gun every day. You make me mad, remember I carry a gun every day. Then you got grounds to be concerned or worried. But if you know that I carry a gun, but I'm not saying anything to you about it, let it go. It's none of your business. And we've talked about this before, and I've mentioned it. It's nobody's business the number of firearms that I choose to own. It's nobody's business the number of bullets I choose to keep in my house for those firearms. It's nobody's business the number of loaded magazines I keep for those firearms. It's not. Part of the reason for the Second Amendment, boys and girls and boys, was to give we the people the ability to defend ourselves from a tyrannical government should one arise. And there's the possibility one can still arise. All indications that this deep state that you hear about in the news, I'm here to tell you, I think it's real. And I think that there's a plan, and I think that right now their plans are on shaky ground because all this stuff's starting to come to light. And if you don't know anything about the devil don't like it when the light comes on his plans. The devil don't like the truth. He has to acknowledge the truth, but the devil don't like the truth. Because in the end, the devil's going to fail. Plain simple. But while he is still able, he's going to influence and pervert the minds of men and women to do his bidding, to do his will. One of them, is to destroy governments and enslave people. You say, what do you mean enslave people? Well, slavery is abolished. When you get a like mind think because the government says you have to think this way, you have been enslaved. That's communism. You disagree with the state puts you back in your place. They send you to re-education camps. Happens in Cuba all the time, China too. Probably in North Korea as well. Little fact about communism, folks, and we've talked about this before. And why am I bringing this up? Because you got that faction called the Squad, and they are way left of reservation, and they are out there, but they are building a base of followers, and they support Bernie Sanders, who is an admitted democratic socialist, i.e. communist. Communism comes in many guises initially, but at the end of the day, it comes with a group mind thought. We do what the state says. The state knows what's best for us. They take away your ability to think freely, to act freely, to have and hold private possessions without their permission. They start to sneak in and they create propaganda and smear campaigns. They lie, they steal, they cheat. They bend rules and then call their opposition out on violation of rules. They create stories to take your eye off of what's really going on. Mark my words on this, folks. Go back over the last 20 years in this nation. Check it out for yourself. But eventually what happens, they start to get violent. What I mean by violent, people start to become, start getting kidnapped, murdered, beaten, because they disagree with the state. They disagree with the like mind thought of the party. Vietnam, classic example. I know I've talked to several Vietnam veterans over there as advisors before we started bulking up the massive troop deployments. I've read several books on the subject. The Viet Cong, aided and supplied by the North Vietnamese government, would come down. They would kidnap mayors, city council members, teachers, anybody of intellect. And they would murder them and their families, and then put their bodies out on display as a lesson to those that won't join them or follow the party. Violence. Same thing happened in Korea. The difference being there, we were able to fight them back to the 38th parallel, where to this day that is still the demilitarized boundary between North and South Korea. We have a group today called Antifa that if you don't agree with them, you're a fash, as they call it, meaning a fascist, which is basically another form of communism. And you're like, whoa, what? Yes. Go back and look at Nazi Germany. If you didn't agree with the party, you were beaten, killed, and ridiculed. The point I'm getting at it, folks, is that you need to keep your eyes open what's going on around us right now, and be ready, be vigilant. Like I said, there are things going on in this nation today that are scary, I'll put it that way. Absolutely scary. But anyway, folks, that's really all the time I've got today. As you can tell by my voice, I'm not feeling well. But those are some of the things I wanted to share with you today. And I hope you got something out of it. And as always, charities that ask you to help out, tunnelsfortowers.org, Pinup for Vets and Ballot for Veterans. Yeah, I did order my 2020 Pinup for Vets calendar yesterday. Woohoo! They can't do it by themselves, so anything you can give to help them out, that would be greatly appreciated. So if you can, give something to help them out. Vendors I'd ask you to support Money Quick Pawn, Rayford Road, Robert's Custom Woodworks, and Unsung Patriot. And again, if you like my poetry and my poems, just go down to my Amazon site, links all down below, and order your copies today. But with that being said, Until tomorrow, God bless. Take care. It's the Old Soldier out.